these next generation of guys in the right room with guys who's bumped their heads and made these mistakes, so that way they don't have to, like, so that way they can go into college and understand, like, hey, you might become friends with somebody who's gonna be a multimillionaire the next year, but you have to stay focused. You have to still do the work for you to be that millionaire and not get caught up in his ways. Or how to prepare for the coaches at the next level, where it's more do your job than, hey, no, that ain't right, let me show you how it's done. So how do you prepare, how do you get all these guys who's really peaked, like, I mean, when I say peaked, these guys have really, like, took it to the next level. Like, no matter NFL, college, high school, these guys were the top of the top. I mean, Eugene Clifford, like, we can literally sit here and off the top of our head, like, dig back on guys who's come out of here. Kyle Rudolph from Elder,
Jordan Cyber,
you know what I'm saying, like
Kelsey Mitchell,
Kelsey, Kelsey, you can't forget her, you can't, like, you can't, it's like, it's so many that doesn't get talked about as much as they should. And I feel like a lot of coaches in the city and a lot of these trainers and staff should start not only informing their guys, but helping them by putting them at the table with the right guy.
That's why I think that's what needs to happen is, like, I think even all of them should have a sit down with coaches or people around the city and be like, hey, what can we do to uplift the city? Because, like, the city, for some reason, it's always like people in the city that don't want to see other people in the city do good things. It's like, why are we hating on each other in this city? We're like one of the best cities in the United States. Why not try to uplift the city? Why not try to, put back into the city and get some available resources to make these, make places better, or, make people better, make things better in the city. Why not do that? And I think that's what needs to happen is, like, a lot of these people with these titles and names, they need to sit down with each other and be like, hey, I'm going to invest this much, or, hey, can we go talk to this person and go see this person and talk about how we can add this to this part of the city or add this to this part of the city to give back. I think that's what needs to happen.
Not only that, but I feel like we need to get better at paying homage to the people who actually put in work to get to the level they're at. Like, for us to walk around here and be like, hey, you didn't make it to the NFL, so you suck. Or you didn't make the NBA, so you suck. For us to like walk around like that and not realize, like, okay, yeah, I didn't make it to the NFL, but shoot, I was the best player, ever come out of my high school. How is it that's still good? That's still an achievement. That's still, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody has to start somewhere. All these NFL guys were in high school before.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? All these college guys were in high school before. So for you to measure somebody's success off of, okay, yeah, if you make it to the NFL, you're an elite athlete. I'm not gonna lie. If you get a workout with NFL, you're elite. There's nothing about that I'll take away. But what about the guys that get injured and don't get a chance to really shine? Like, imagine Derrick Rose getting hurt in college instead of after his MVP. We'd have never got to see that fact that he was actually one of the best players to ever play before he got hurt. You know what I'm saying? We'd have never got to see that because he got hurt. So we'd be sitting here like, oh, he sucks. Now I realize we talking about Derrick Rose. You know what I'm saying?
His finest, right? Like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's the same with every generation. Like, I graduated in 2008, so we're like 14 years, almost 15 years after, and man, I go back to my high school and feel like a stranger.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? But then like Dora, which is my high school in Idaho, which I didn't even graduate from, but I own a lot of records there, good memories there, done a lot there. Show me love. Hey, make sure you get some boy gear. Come check us out when you're in the city.
Right.
They support everything that I'm doing.
Right.
Show love. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that needs to happen more in our city. Like, there's no way you got these athletes that take you to state and win state, or take you to, you know what I'm saying, state for the first, or take you to the playoffs for the first time
Right.
in a long time, or set records at your school that doesn't feel welcome back.
Right. It's all like, yeah, it should feel like home.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Everything should feel like home.
There's no way that, now I'm not saying that every athlete should get the same privileges, because that's just not the way this works.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you have certain people who went above and beyond, and they should, those sideline walkers that you got, those should be those legends.
Right.
Not these guys that graduated 2 years ago that, you know what I'm saying, barely played, but
Right.
because they know the coach, they get to walk the sideline.
Right.
No, those need to be those legends, the ones that help build what you're playing for now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That, like, with those fields, we played the first season on that field that got built. When I first got there, it was rocks, there was a track, and a grass field.
Right.
My junior year, right in the middle of my junior year, I got there second semester of my junior year. They ripped all that down, built a brand new field. We played, lost our first game to Sycamore. They had Bud Golden and Stevie Ho. And Alden Overton. They had a nice little squad. They beat us. Like, after that, we wasn't going.
All right.
We won all the rest of the games into the playoffs when we lost, but we built that standard at that field.
All right.
And to go back to that field and look on that field and not see any of those guys that I helped build with, like, that'd be disheartening. Like, even if they're just, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
even if they're just there, you know what I'm saying, walking the sideline, or
Right,
just
right.
standing at the game, or, you know what I'm saying, anything.
Right.
Like, to not see that, like, that's disheartening. Like, you know how much love and how much, like, respect, like, Winton Woods and all them give their players when they come back.
Right.
Like, if you don't think that their star running back from last year, if you don't think that when he comes back after he graduates, he's not gonna be on that sideline, you crazy.
All right.
If you don't think when he don't walk in that school, they don't show him love, you crazy.
All right.
But
And that's how it should be all around.
exactly. But it don't happen, and I'm trying, and we're trying to bring that back.
Right. We just gotta first acknowledge why it's not happening.
Yeah.
Like, why is it? What is the reason why these people that, you know, done things, you know, for the team that they played for, why are they not getting the recognition that they deserve? Or why are we not showing them, you know, the appreciation for what they've done?
That's y'all first question. We want y'all to tap in on all social medias, off the bench. Why?
Why are the athletes not getting the proper recognition they deserve?
In their own city, at their own homes. Like, why? We want to hear from y'all. Make sure y'all tap in. Off the bench. OTB last play.
Yes, sir. On all social media platforms. Instagram,
Let us
TikTok,
know.
Facebook,
Also,
Snapchat.
we want everybody to know, any local artist that's interested in making our theme song, please reach out to us. We want to make sure that the city is heard, and we want one of y'all to be the ones they hear every time they hear our voice.
Yes, sir. Put us on.
So make sure y'all reach out. We interested. We got a show for y'all next week, though. The
Big
next
show for
one
y'all.
is epic. We got two of probably generational talent. And when I say generational talent, I mean the stuff they did is still sitting in record books. The stuff they did, people still talk about it. When they walk into a room, people still look at them and be like, yeah, he was that guy. And we're going to get to sit down and talk to them, politic with them. They have some stories for us that they said never been heard. So you got to make sure you tap in. We got Chedrick Cherry, Moeller's finest, coming on the show. He is also coaching. His son's next up, the Coleraine Cardinals. Make sure y'all check them out. I'll make sure y'all get more details on that so y'all can pull up to the games because he is next in line.
And we also have Everett Horn, North College Hill's finest, coming to speak on the show with us. And he's also coaching the Cincy Bucks, am I right?
The North College Hill Buccaneers.
North College Hill Bucks.
Yeah, next up too. They are, man, both of these guys are coaching sons that are following in their footsteps. And who else would you want to coach you than the Pops that's already been there and done that, right? So make sure y'all tap in with us. Off the bench, last play. All right, if you got what it takes, they're going to give you the ball. But just remember, we from where you from.
So come holler at us, man. Come sit down and politic with us. We talk about nothing but the realest on here. Nothing is off limits. So hop on this Off the Bench podcast, the last play. We're going to get it popping.
Chedrick Cherry, Everett Horn. If you don't know, now you do. Look them up. Legend.